Greetings, folks. It is me, Heartless, once again. It has been roughly 2 to 3 months since I've last updated my YouTube channel. But to those who have stuck by and to my new subscribers, thank you very much for your patience. I didn't expect to get back into Airsoft. I thought that after my LCT M70, I would stop purchasing Airsoft guns. I would focus all my efforts in studying. Seeing as I have a lot of free time, I decided to get back into Airsoft in the biggest way imaginable. I'm now part of a Airsoft community here in the island who are now about to conduct the first 24-hour event. My following video is going to be about what I'm going to be backing for the event and my thoughts afterwards, and any supplemental material on the 24-hour event. If you're living in Oahu, Hawaii, join us in on our February 24th to 25th Airsoft event. It's going to be 24 hours. Tickets are still open, if I could recall. So anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about the reason why you clicked into this video. Recently, at around December of 2020 to 2023, I managed to, 2022, I managed to get my hands a LCT AK AIMS for the low price of $200 US, and I'm going to showcase to you what could be done with an LCT. This is why I believe that LCT is perhaps one of the most modular airsoft guns out there, and it's no accident that I picked the AK AIMS. So here you go. As you've seen in the title screen, this is my Khyber Pass AK AIMS. Now, a bit of background on this gun itself. This is obviously an AKM. This is a Russian AKM, but I browsed a lot of photos, reference photos for AK-47s, and I stumbled across one particular image. There was this dude who was carrying an AKM with an East German stock. It seemed to be extremely popular in the, not really extremely popular, excuse me. It seems to be somewhat of a common occurrence for people to mix and match AK parts. To me, an AK is like a Volkswagen Beetle, you know? If something breaks down, it doesn't matter from what country of origin it's from. As long as it fits into that Volkswagen or your Toyota, just slap it in. So that was the idea behind it. So this AK is a mishmash of so many different parts from other guns, which I will get more into detail later. So in this reference image that I've seen, it's a it takes place somewhere in Libya, and you could see a person with a Russian AKM with an East German stock. The second inspiration behind this AK build was during the Syrian conflict. There was a FSA, back then they haven't splintered. This was very, very early in the revolution, I'd say around 2013, 2014, of a FSA fighter carrying a Type 56 assault rifle. And as he guns down an SAA soldier, it is visible into the frame of the video, the stock of that Type 56. And I'm like, I think that would be cool to add to my AK. So I managed to get a hold of a East German AK stock on my AK. So here's the gun in its full glory. This gun is already third hand. It originally belonged to an airsoft collector. From what the eBay seller told me is that this gun originally belonged to a gun collector who wanted to build like a Desert Raider gun. There is proof on that. There's proof to substantiate his claim, because I have this thing. I still have some of the original parts of his gun. So here it is. Oops. So he had this top cover which he spray painted into the ugliest tan color I have ever seen. I highly doubt this still can be saved. I guess I'm just keeping it in spare. Actually, just for shits and giggles, how would this look like on my AK? Just for for shits and giggles. Did I get the wire out of there? There we go. Ugh, that looks disgusting. But it works. It's got the awesome ribbed look, but unfortunately just in the most off-putting color. This is an abomination. I'm sorry, I'm taking this out. So the original owner wanted to use this gun as a Desert Raider AK, but he soon gave up on it and then just tossed it into his cupboard for God knows how long. And since he wanted the Desert Raider look, he decided to weather his gun. I will get more into detail about the weathering, but right now I just want to give you an overview. So after a few years, that guy decided to make a fire sale of all of his collection, and then it ended up to the second person who sold it on eBay. Now, I am the third owner of this AK, and I rebuilt it. I'm going to flash a couple of images in front of you, showing you how it started, and basically its life cycles. I slowly started to build this gun together. Where you can see, it originally came with plastic furniture and the ugly tan metal that I shown you earlier, and now I have replaced that with wood, and yeah. So, starting from how women are not supposed to wipe from bottom to top. As I've already kept hammering into the East German AK stock, some eagle-eyed viewers would point out, why is there electrical tape? I will get more into that later. This top cover is originally from my LCT RPK. I saved this top cover because I've always wanted to build that AK from that picture. Also, I refinished the original Cyma orange magazines into fake light, looking more like Bakelite. And as you can see, it's already starting to weather down, which looks really, really cool. People have already approached me asking them to do it on their magazines in case they ever get one. This is from a real AKM. I have no idea from what country of origin it is from. I got it from Desert Fox. Very good people. This is a Romanian AK sling, and one thing I noticed about Romanian AKs is AK slings is that the latch is made out of poor quality metal. So I decided to just get rid of the latch and put a carabiner clip. Makes it look extremely post-apocalyptic. So this is a Romanian night sight, which I've installed in this gun. You know, when I put only the rear night sight on, it kind of reminds me of the OG Insurgency AKMS, because in the OG Insurgency, the rear sights are highlighted with 2 dots. So other than that, this has been my pride and joy. Many people have been asking me, bro, this looks incredible, this looks distressed, this looks like it's ready to rock and roll. And that brings me a lot of pride and joy. Okay, as I was mentioning earlier, the guy before me wanted this to make it look like it is a Desert Raider AK. However, he decided to do some weathering of his own, and he made a bunch of mistakes when it came to weathering. If you notice here, the full auto switch, I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but the full auto switch doesn't have that much weathering. It is almost like he put the gun on auto and then he decided to sandpaper it, because, you know, he wanted to imply like, oh shit, I'm always on full auto, man. When it's on my back, it's always on full auto. No, most wear from your AK comes when it's on safe, when it's on storage, when it's on your back, when you're just making it lean against a wall. This is super unrealistic. And another mistake that he did was he used the wrong sandpaper grit. As you can see, there are these ugly looking scratches. It doesn't look natural, it looks forced. When you do weather your own AK, I highly suggest you use 1000 grit sandpaper. This provides you with the best effect on your AKs. This makes it look more natural. I obviously went overboard because I wanted to give it almost like that Vietnam jungle patina look. Another key aspect of this gun is the vintage wood. Honestly, I can't tell the difference between original LCT AK wood and Russian wood. They almost look the same. However, the big difference is going to have to be on pricing. Real steel AK wood is much cheaper than LCT wood. LCT wood could easily run you around $80. Sometimes, when fitting grips like these, it's going to be much harder. I recommend using a file, a diamond file. That seems to work the best. But for my AK furniture, I didn't have to file anything. It simply just went into the gun. Sometimes when you buy AK wood, especially American-made AK wood, they wouldn't come with a hole which you would put your cleaning rod into, which makes it a bit more difficult. So anyways, this was the original LCT AK dong grip, which originally came with this gun. Of course it will fit, but just for the sake of video, I'm going to demonstrate how it would look like with this AK. The original LCT AK wood has a much more lighter color compared to the surplus AK wood that I managed to get on this one. So obviously this one is a Romanian G AK. If we take this one out and replace it with a wooden stock, it would technically be a Romanian G. Okay, now for the elephant in the room. Why the electrical tape on this AK stock? Out of all of the AKs that you could buy, the LCT AK AIMS has the best chances of mounting real steel furniture due to the shape of the buttstock. You just have to cut it on a certain angle. Allow me to demonstrate it on Photoshop and allow me to get into more detail on why exactly I failed in my pursuit to do so and how you could avoid making the same mistakes as I did while adding real steel stocks. So now that Harkness from the future has told you about that, allow me to demonstrate the original stock that came with this gun. So, first things first, we're gonna have to peel off the electrical. Okay. It's so bad. I mean, if you do like this, you can tend also. As you can see, I used a Phillips head screw to insert this one. So let's remove the magazine and grab ourselves a long-nosed Phillips head screwdriver. Fantastic. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, so here it goes. It's already out of the stock. When you cut this, make sure again to leave a tiny bit of material so it could fit on this one. You know, technically without the stock, this does remind me of one of those captured AKs they would find in Iraq, specifically for assassins. Yeah, I'd like that. This could work. I'm not gonna lie. This could work as a pocket gap blaster. Okay, now let's grab that side folder. So this is the paddle stock side folder that comes with this AK originally. So let me put it back in. As you can see, there's still a little bit of play. That comes natural with all side folding stocks, but this is relatively solid. To fold this, simply press this button, and then it folds to the right. What's unique about this AK is that since it folds to the right towards the fire selector, this frees up your side mount. This is absent when it comes to Russian AKs, triangle stock AKs, because they usually fold to the left, blocking access towards your optics. So this is how it would look like if it were to come out of the factory in LCT. This is its most default setting. Without the Romanian dome, this kind of reminds me of the East German AKs. I have Bakelite furniture for this gun, but I'm trying to get it shipped towards my location. So when I do get that, I will be sure to create a guide on how to fit East German handguards. Don't worry, it won't be a bubbification like this AK stock that I managed to completely destroy. However, with my LCT AK-74 on the way, I am thinking maybe there might be a possibility where it still could be saved, because LCT AK AEGs have a screw that goes under here. So I'm thinking that maybe perhaps we could fit a screw through under, unlike this one where it's completely absent. So yeah, internally, I don't have much to say about this gun. They all perform the same. Do get yourself an LCT AK. I highly recommend that you don't actually spend full price for it. I don't think LCT AKs are worth their full price. They just have way too many problems internally.
If you've watched my LCT RPK review, basically everything what I had to say about LCT still stands. Their hop-ups are horrible and their motors are really, really poor. Some of them are shooting way too hot when they come out of the box. Luckily with this one, in terms of internals, it was doing alright. I really didn't need a Lonix. LCTs can be a hit or miss when it comes to the internals, but when you do get one, I highly suggest that when you do get it on a sale, use the extra money to put on the upgrades of that Lonix, a tight bore barrel, and a better motor. Your investment will definitely pay off on this type of gun. Those are my closing thoughts on the externals and internals of this gun. I am very proud of how this one has turned out. This has been almost one of the few projects that I've had where it's definitely a showstopper. This AK is really unique. There isn't anything like it on this field, and many people definitely recognize that. It stands out and people definitely want to touch it a lot. So yeah, this has been me, Harkness, once again, and thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you so much for the love and patience, and I hope to see you once again. Until next time, remember folks, life is always good. Make the best out of it. Until next time.